Hey y'all, welcome to video number 5 of this self-love journey, the self-love series that I've been talking to y'all about. I prayed and asked God, Lord help me. Help me to tell them. Help me to tell people how to love themselves in a simple way that don't take nothing too deep. What it's going to take is discipline. That's what you're going to need, the discipline and the willpower and the consistency to make these investments into yourself. That's what it's going to take. We discipline ourselves to go to work. We discipline ourselves to do everything else. So you can do it. But you got to want it. And on video 1, to do a recap, I let you know that you matter. Go back and watch it. You matter. And I let you know that self-love is having a healthy relationship with yourself. Do you have a healthy relationship with yourself? Do you speak positive to yourself? Do you think positive about yourself? On day 2, I talked about assessing the people and things in your life. Is it serving you? Is it benefiting your life? If not, make the necessary adjustments. That's self-love. That's what self-love is. Is that healthy for your relationship with you? Is that healthy for where you're trying to go? On day 3, I talked about using the creative power that God has given you. You are a creative being and you're always creating. You're always creating. So be intentional with your creating on this self-love journey to create the life that you desire, to create the happiness that you desire, to create the peace that you desire in your home, in your life, in every area of your life. Use the God-given power within. Go back and watch that video. Yesterday I talked about how to fill your own cup, how to start filling your own cup, because that's going to be the key. That's going to be the difference of if you're going to allow toxicity in your life or not. You know, when we don't know how to be happy, when we don't know how to have peace in a healthy way, we go to toxic things and we go to toxic people to try to numb the pain. So learning how to start filling your cup is what's going to help that area of your life. That's what's going to help you heal. That's what's going to help you. You giving yourself what you need. And I told you to write down in your journal, what do you need from you? Write it down and start giving it to yourself, because that's what you're going to have to do daily. That's what I talk about in this book. Self-love is a journey. And I talk about in this book that the work never stops. You stop working out, what you're going to do? You stop eating right, what's going to happen? You're going to backtrack. And it's the same with loving yourself. If you stop doing what helps you get that happiness and that peace that you start having when you just do these simple things every day, the negative thoughts going to start taking over your mind again. Old habits, old patterns, they come back. They come back. The same way you go back to eating bad. It ain't hard. It's something that is going to take your discipline and your willpower. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want to be healthy? How bad do you want to be mentally healthy, emotionally healthy? How bad do you want happiness and peace? What are you willing to give up to have it? What are you willing? Who are you willing to give up to have it? So tonight, I'm just talking about the self-love toolbox. The self-love toolbox is something I came up with earlier when God was speaking to me about, you know, when I was thinking about doing this video. It came to me. Picture a self-love toolbox. And these are some simple things that you can put in your toolbox. This is what I put in my toolbox to help me come out of that dark place, to come out of that pit of depression and unhappiness and anxiety and panic. You know, it's a journey. So I'm not where I need to be, but I'm so far away from where I was by the grace of God, because I did the work and I'm still doing the work. So these are things that help you do the work. So how serious are you about your happiness? So in your toolbox, I think this is in chapter 3. Things that you need in your toolbox. Things that I did. The first, let me see what I use. Okay. Gratefulness. You got to have gratefulness in your toolbox, in your self-love toolbox. Because gratefulness is what's going to help you when you feeling down, or heaviness try to come up on you, or you get to thinking about what happened. Because see, in this book, I'm coming from heartbreak. I'm coming from being brokenhearted. I'm coming from having a broken marriage. I'm coming from living my life in a self-destructive way. I'm coming from being an alcoholic, to numbing my pain for years, being toxic, acting a fool. You wouldn't believe, if you saw me then, you'd be like, oh my God, for real? Yeah, for real. That's what happened when you let yourself get to that point, when you let it get out of hand, when you let your pain get out of hand. That's what happened. You become toxic to yourself, and in return, you'll be toxic to others. That's why you got to remove the toxic things. In this book, I talk about a plant being in a dark room with no water, no sunlight. You're going to wither and you're going to die. You have to make sure that the flower of yourself, you have to make sure you get it sunlight, you get it water. Daily, you have to water and take care of the flower of yourself, or you're going to wither in the wrong situations. You have to make sure that you have an environment of peace, an environment of happiness. And when things try to come against you, you got to know how to be grateful. Pull it out your toolbox and get to work when you're feeling down and you're feeling unworthy. Lord, I just thank you. See, that's going to shift your mood. That's going to shift your vibration. Gratefulness. When you don't have gratefulness in your life, your soul, your mind will automatically steer you to negativity. It ain't hard. You have to control your mind, or your mind will control you. I know that to be true. I have to control my mind, or it will control me. Gratefulness daily. Thank you, Lord. Thank you so much. Whatever you got to find gratefulness in the little things. Don't let your mind blind you to what God has done. Don't let your mind blind you to the goodness of God. Please, there's always something to be grateful for. You got to find it. You might have to fight harder on some days, but you better find it. Pull it out your toolbox whenever you find yourself feeling down. Okay? Next, there's something else in your toolbox, because you're trying to manifest happiness. You're trying to manifest peace. So, I already told you about the affirmations, but use your affirmations. And when you're doing your affirmations, you got to see it before you see it, or you'll never see it. If you don't see yourself doing something, if you can't see it happening, it won't happen. So you got to see it. You got to see yourself happy. You got to see yourself in a good relationship. You got to see yourself prosperous. You have to see yourself happy, healthy, and whole. You got to see it. You got to see your family blessed. You have to see yourself driving that car, that good car, to get you from point A to point B. You got to see it before you see it. You got to see yourself doing your speaking engagements. That's what I do. I see myself speaking to people. It's God. Right before this quarantine, God was opening up doors for me to begin speaking. And that's new for me. I usually just sing and gone on. I never considered myself no speaker. But God has given me a message. So I have to speak like I'm speaking right now. I see it. I see me speaking to the women. I see me speaking to people about how to love themselves. I see it. And I visualize it. It got to manifest. It has to manifest. And I'm starting out doing what I can, believing that God would open doors for me to go and share this message with as many people as I can, the people who need it and the people who want to hear it. I'm available, Lord. I see it. So what do you see? See your bank account running over. See you cashing them checks. See them checks coming in while you sleep. See it before you see it. It can happen. If you believe it, it can happen. You can manifest it, visualize it, feel it. Operate as if you already have it. Feel that same feeling as if you already have what you want. Create that feeling, and it's going to manifest in your life. So that's another tool in your toolbox that you use. Use it before you go to sleep. Use it when you get up in the morning. Use it on your lunch break. Use it. Okay, next, depending on what you're going through. For me, I was in a situation where my feelings were not validated. When I really wanted them validated, I wasn't heard. And it was painful. It was painful. But I put myself in a situation because of the choices that I was making after me and my husband went our separate ways. I kept getting in toxic situations. And in those toxic situations, I was not valued the way I should have been valued. But I didn't choose partners who valued me because I didn't value me. So I began to journal because self-expression is very important. Emotions are energy. Emotions are energy that you have. They have to be released. That's why communication. If you are in a relationship, it's important for open communication to happen with your kids or with your mate or your who you work for. Communication is important. So written expression is you telling yourself, hey, hey, hey. Written expression is you telling yourself. It's you showing yourself that your feelings matter. It's you respecting your feelings. Nobody else might not respect your feelings, but you can write those feelings down and respect them yourself and know that these feelings and these emotions are important and they do matter. Write them down no matter what it is, no matter how big or small. Today was a very good day. I really had a good day, you know. Da-da-da-da happened, da-da-da-da happened. You know, it didn't start off too well, but, you know, I just started giving God the praise or just whatever. You might not be feeling good. I'm so pissed off right now. Oh my God, y'all just don't know. I could bust a wall right now. I could, you know. And as you write, you getting that energy out. But I always end it in gratitude. So written expression, journal, letting you know that your feelings matter. Another tool in the toolbox is declare and proclaim. Do I am affirmations. That's a tool in your toolbox to build yourself up, you know, mentally and emotionally. Declare and proclaim. I am, this is in my book. It's on page 28. I am grounded. I am balanced. I am worthy of love. I am emotionally sound and stable. See, when you throw it off, when your mind is taking you to a dark place, I am emotionally sound and stable. I am being made whole. I am recognizing that change may not happen overnight, but my life is changing for the best. I am patient. I am turning the page. I am turning the page. I am divinely happy. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I am divinely prosperous. I am loving me. I am important. I am my own best friend. I am enough. That's a tool in your toolbox when the enemy try to come and tell you who you not. When toxic people around you speak negative to you and about you, you got to remind yourself of who you are in God. Because the enemy, he'll be quick to tell you who you're not and try to make you feel less than. But when you get to speaking and reminding the enemy, reminding yourself of the word, you have no choice but to be uplifted. I am good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. I am forgiven and I am forgiving. I am loving and I am loved. You know, declare and proclaim. That's your tool. That's your weapon. And God will bring you out. I'm going to get to the other one tomorrow. Declare and proclaim. Apply these simple techniques every day. And God will bring you out. Just like he brought me out. He will lift you up. Just like he lifted me up. And when you call on him, he will answer. If you take out the time to love yourself. Take out the time to invest in yourself. Take out the time. If you need outside help, go get it. If you need a therapist, go get it. But if you can do it on your own, do it. And with the help of God, he will bring you out. And when you're going through a situation where you feel like I just can't lift myself up out of this, I'm hurting, that's when you got that supernatural power of God to pour his healing love on you. When you're praying, he will come to your rescue. He will nurture you. He will comfort you in the midst of the storm. He will speak a word, a life-changing word over your life. Declare and proclaim and call on God. Call on God. Lord, I done talked for 14 minutes. That wasn't the plan. I got to go back and watch this here. But y'all be encouraged. Remember your self-love toolbox. Put that stuff in your toolbox and you can draw from it whenever you need it. All right? God bless y'all. I love y'all. Joy, you going to say hey?
Yeah.
She want to be on my video. Come on. Come say hey. Come on. Hurry up. Tell them you matter.
You matter.
You matter.
You matter.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.